Nairobi, the Bal Foundation, that is in 2002, a leap into the future. Nairobi Word, Alive Publishers, that is 2007, and Presidential and Parliamentary Democracy in Kenya. Choices to be made, Nairobi, is it Booktalk, Africa Publishers, that is in the year 2019. Let's all be upstanding and invite to stage His Excellency Professor Annua. Let's clap for him, so he loud until he gets to the stage. Let's keep clapping, stand up and keep clapping until he gets here. Let's keep clapping. You cannot get tired when you have the governor in the house. Let's keep clapping. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Please sit down. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I guess there's some gentlemen in the room. Those are the women saying, you're welcome. You can be honorary women for today. As I am. The Auditor General of the Control of Budgets, among others. In fact, I was very delighted between the two. The one on the rock, on the other side, the rock place. And you have to choose who is the right hand place and which is the wrong. But like Paul said to somebody, St. Paul, that I'm not really a religious person. But when I meet really religious people, we are friends at once. I'm not an accountant. But when I meet the real accountants, I become one. Thank you very much for choosing Kisumu and this place for this important meeting. Welcome. I therefore bring you very warm greetings from the great town of Kisumu. Although you have been here for 2 days already, allow me to formally welcome you to Kisumu County, the home of innovation, investing and central prosperity. And when you are here, please make sure that you go beyond the confines of this great conference center and hotel and visit the city. Let me begin by commending the Association of Women Accountants to Kenya, AWAC, under the able leadership of Chairperson CPA of Offensia Kanu and the board for your unwavering commitment to advancing professionalism, mentorship, and good governance in our beloved country. I also thank AWAC for choosing to host this conference here in Kisumu City, now for the 4th consecutive year, and I sincerely apologize that in the previous years when you have had the conference here, I've been out of the country for one reason or the other, and I missed meeting you and sharing ideas. As a county, we are truly honored by this session. We deeply appreciate the intellectual, social, and business opportunities that gatherings such as this brings to our people. Indeed, the county government of Kisumu, under my leadership, looks forward to exploring more partnership opportunities with our, especially in uplifting local women from less privileged backgrounds through our corporate social responsibility initiatives. I'm here with my Minister for Finance and Economy, Joy Dumoni, who is very interested and very concerned about having women in that profession because it relates directly to what he's doing in the Minister for Finance and Economy. This year's annual Public Finance Management Conference theme, Delivering Impact by Fostering a Culture of Public Finance Management Compliance, is perfectly timed, given the societal needs around public financial management. Honorable participants, one fact is clear. We live in a period of great fiscal economic pressure and economic pressure. Governments around the world face rising public debts, limited resources, and increasing demand for quality public services. At the same time, citizens are more informed about their rights. They are demanding greater accountability and tangible results for every public utility used in government or parastatal bodies. You only need to look at the latest realities in both the standard and the nation, the standard, and you see how well informed the public is about what happens. The public sphere, particularly the government, and to what extent public officials are fully accountable and use the resources at any possible for the purposes for which they are intended. Compliance in public finance management is not merely about following rules. It is about cultivating a mindset of integrity, discipline, and responsibility. It is about making accountability part of our daily work, and not just a report we produce at the end of the year, but a report that we can produce instantaneously to really obvious about how we use public resources. That means that good public record keeping makes it possible for an officer to respond to the use of public funds, because that information does not just come from their head, but from the books that they keep, to which they should refer when questions are asked and be accurate about the answers. As you know, Section 194 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 mandates the Public Sector Accounting Standard Board to set generally accepted accounting standards and guidelines for all state organs and public entities. In recent years, we have witnessed commendable efforts by the Public Service Accounting Board, PSAP, from developing user templates and conducting capacity building workshops to partner with institutions in monitoring compliance. We also take note of the recent amendment to the PFMA Act, which requires the board to prescribe a framework for implementing approval accounting in government and develop a risk management framework to enhance efficiency and effectiveness in government operations. Separately, but closely related to that, you all recall that in 2023, the government of Kenya launched the Zero Fault Audit Initiative, aimed at eliminating audit queries in public entities to promote good governance, integrity, and accountability. It was a novel and well thought out idea to help public institutions achieve clean audit reports by resolving pending audit issues and strengthening internal audit functions and control environments. While we have many legislation providing a solid foundation for fiscal discipline, laws alone are not enough. There must be clear execution plans, a framework, and a commitment to values. Otherwise, all these good laws remain mere words on paper. We must, therefore, live the principles of integrity and transparency in our daily actions. I call upon you, professionals, accountants, auditors, and finance officers, to continue being the guardians of public trust. Your role is pivotal in turning the aspiration toward those into tangible impact for and on our citizens. On the flip side, we must also confront the realities before us. One, Revenue collection remains a challenge in our country. May be also international. Two, pending bills continue to weigh down our economy. And three, inefficiencies persist within our financial system. The good news is that these challenges also present opportunities. Opportunities to innovate, opportunities to reform, and opportunities to harness technology for better financial management. As for my government, we remain committed to reforms that promote openness, digitalization, and results-based budgeting. This is why we cherish and look forward to continued collaboration with professional bodies such as our PSS, ASB, ISPAC, CASNET, and others. So let us focus on turning ideas into action. Let us build systems that are transparent, resilient, and centered on impact. Let us make compliance not just a requirement, but a shared culture across all our institutions. When compliance becomes a culture, impact becomes inevitable. Let me repeat that. When compliance becomes a culture, impact becomes inevitable. Finally, I am pleased that this conference incorporates discussions on wellness and team building. Behind every financial report and policy decisions are people. When we take care of the people who manage all our finances, their well-being, ethics, and motivation, we strengthen the integrity and performance of the entire public finances. Thirdly, when we take care of the people who manage our finances, their well-being, their ethics, and motivation, we strengthen the integrity and performance of the entire public finances. It is an ironical and an irony, in fact, if you want a treasurer who earns 20 shillings a day to take care of your account, where income of 200,000 shillings enter a day. There's tremendous temptation of the lowly paid individuals managing horrendous sums of money from which you get no benefit at all. So there must be encouragement or remuneration in line with the responsibility that people hold in the public domain. Because it is expected that from he or she that holds tremendous responsibility in the public domain, there is pride and satisfaction. That's actually some responsibility. It's exercised by that one individual. For your wellness, when you finish here, take time to explore Kisumu. Experience God's ingenuity at Kitpikai and Nebondo Plateau. Sail on Namdurwe. I said, sail, don't swim. The world's largest freshwater lake. And remember to carry some white head of rice with you back home. It is cheaper here. That's precious. For those interested in culture, visit the Kisumu Museum to experience the Luo traditions firsthand. For those who want good meals, please don't fail to go to Ingahika. Travel that direction, and you're sure to get good food before you enter the lake somewhere. Thank you once again to our work and for this platform given to me, and I wish you all fruitful and inspiring deliberation and a memorable time in Kisumu County. Asante sana. By the way, my doctor called Kisumu Sikumu. I don't know what it says, but maybe the other name of Kisumu is Sikumu.
Thank you. Let's give him a better clap. You don't have to. You don't have to give it a clap. You can give him a very good 5 factorial. 5 factorial. Please be outstanding. An ovation for His Excellency. We give him a 5 factorial. We can get ready, and start. Thank you, you may have your seats. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for gracing and being here with us. In the room, we have representation from the 47 counties, and the population is mostly from the public sector. I know they have a few questions they want to put through to you, and I open this session for a number of questions. The MC, you may help me. In any order. Okay, we can balance the room from either row. I can see that row have already begun. We may shoot through your question. Thank you. Please raise up your hand so that we can take in a set of 3. Raise up your hand first. We have 1 already. There's another one this side, another person, so that we take a set of 4 or 3. 3, the 4th one. We can 4. Thank you in that order.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the beautiful keynote address that you just given unto us, and welcoming us to your county. So I have 2 short questions. One, Constitution 2010 protected the county government, and 15 years later, that is, what is your view? Having been the governor, second-term governor, are we on the right track? Secondly, 47 counties burden to us. What is your own assessment? Do we need to reduce them? Secondly, one of the issues that came up previously is the duplication of projects between the various levels of governance. That is from constituency level to county level to the national level. From where you sit as the governor of Kisumu County, what do you do to ensure that there's no duplication of projects between your government and the development that happens at the constituency level, especially the CDF and the national government projects? Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you, Bwana Governor, the Professor, Mr. Nyamyongo. I would like to ask how have you uplifted? Yes. My name is Ezekiel Juma. I'm from Ministry of Health, State Department of Public Health and Professional Standards. And I have only 2 questions to you. Please, I would like to know how you have uplifted women in the county, in Kisumu County. Secondly, that's the only question.
the second question disappeared. I think you can answer those ones, Professor. Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. My name is Jennifer Ogola from County Government of Sierra. My question is, I've got 3 questions for you. How is your administration promoting gender equality and inclusion of persons with disability? The second question is, what mechanism exists for feedback and accountability so that citizens can monitor projects and spending in your county? The third one is, what major infrastructure projects are underway or planned for your county? Thank you.
Can you repeat the last one? The last question.
The last question is, what major infrastructure projects that are underway or planned for your county?
Let me begin the last one. What major infrastructure do we plan to have? The county is working on. First, let me say what we have. We have reasonable infrastructure, but not enough. One being how we conceive what infrastructure is. Quite often we think of infrastructure purely in terms of roads, but infrastructure is much more than that. It's roads, it is power, it's communication. Those 3: transport, communication in general, and power. And infrastructure can also include water distribution. Because in order to distribute water, you need an infrastructure. Pipes, tanks, and so on. A quick answer would be not enough. Remember that character, proverbial character, always asking for more. We are that proverbial character. Because what we have does not satisfy at the moment our needs as a whole. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing in the law. That's one. Secondly, we must ask ourselves, why is it that we don't have enough that meets our needs? I'd rather like to answer the last question. Why is it that we don't have enough that meets our needs? Resources. Those resources we begin by asking ourselves, do we raise enough own revenue to do our part in investing in infrastructure? Definitely not enough. We would want it to do more. And the Minister for Finance knows that. So we must constantly and always strive to raise more domestic revenue, local revenue to meet our needs. That is very important. We don't have enough, we don't cry to somebody else, but we must constantly, on a daily basis, build the capacity to have more domestic or in-house revenue raised. But we have the control of budget authority general. That also means that the national government must meet its part of the bargain. The Constitution says that we have 2 types of government in Kenya: 47 county and 1 national, separate but interdependent. Now, the national government sometimes chooses not to read the Constitution and understand it the way we do. We are separate but interdependent, and we are joined in one way. That in Parliament every year, Parliament debates and allocates money to those 2 sets of government. Now it's now upon the control of budget and the audience to find out whether this allocation of resources is it in line with our constitutional provision that we have 47 types of government. 48 types of government, 47 county, one national, separate by independent. And that is the battle every year, I think, that we are fighting as far as we are concerned. So we accept that, yes, we should get more revenue ourselves, but we also demand that the revenue that comes from the national cake should be shared everybody so that we can meet our needs. Finally, if I were to take an assessment of what has been happening in Kisumu County since I became governor over 6 years ago, I would say that there has been tremendous improvement given the limited resources that we have. But like proverbial boy who kept on asking for more, we need to do more. In the area of water distribution, I'm quite sure that you can get the data from my department on how much water is now being distributed in the county to all households. Tremendous improvement from over 6 years ago. Health is the best, really. Although there are no we don't regret. One thing that is done for us, the government now pays for that human resources, there are no and releases that money for us to use in other areas. And some dispensaries, with a sub-county hospital, something like that, health centers. So the distribution of health facilities is very democratic and has improved because of resources that we have. I'm sorry to go around it, but it is important to go into details so that you understand these are very important questions and requires attentive response. Coming to gender, how is Kisumu dealing with the gender issue? To what extent has there been an improvement on gender? For one, I can tell you that we are very conscious of it. In my cabinet, it's a cabinet of 10, 4 are women. It would be better if we had an equal number, but we don't. But that's better than what I found originally. There was only one woman in the cabinet. These things are important because they are outward and visible signs of improving gender relations in the county. Outward and visible signs. If you go to the county assembly, I would say that there's tremendous improvement in the people electing people to the county assembly. The figures gone up too. I can't quite remember what percentage now, but it's gone up from what became. If you come to the public service, the government itself, I don't have the figures here, but I know that we have improved quite well in, not enough, but quite well in having women in public service. But much more important is giving women economic power. To what extent we have programs in the county focused particularly on empowering women in business, farming, in trade, and so on. We have departments in the government where this is better. Our Minister for Trade is a woman. Our Minister of Tourism, Marketing is a woman. So areas in which there is tremendous women interest and where the women can be capacity built visibly, I have made sure that the person in charge of those ministries is a woman, not for purposes of tokenism, but for purposes of capability and sensitivity to working with men. Finally, the issue of duplication of projects. Yes, we have a problem here because sometimes there's a tendency that because members of parliament have CDF funds, which they use for development purposes, I myself would say that during the days of the revolution, when government is involved, there should be no need for CDF. And that is what my leader, Raila Amolo, also emphasized. We introduced CDF before the revolution. And we in the opposition are the ones who specialize for CDF. I remember I moved the book, The Daily Parliament. Now that the revolution, quite honestly, too speaking, you don't need CDF. Because members of parliament as in a national body to make laws for both the national government and ourselves. They cannot at the same time be involved in the executive development by handling the money, because we should be accountable to the same parliament. I've answered most of the questions. If one have left, please remind me. Thank you.
May I invite Honorable CSO Finance George Okongo to comment. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll just make maybe one or two comments about specific issues that His Excellency, especially on the infrastructure projects, and maybe, yeah, just an addition to what His Excellency has given in terms of response to some of the questions. On the question of infrastructure, perhaps the person who raised the question would have wanted to hear a specific project, but His Excellency has made the point that most of the infrastructure projects that are being done in counties, if you look at it, are actually donor funded for the reason that he has given in terms of the high cost compared to the amount we get. In this county in particular, the county government has invested in a road project that is actually leading to the shores of the lake in a bid to promote tourism. That road project is in the budget upwards of 400 million. And it has taken more or less all we had for that scope of projects. Now the rest of the infrastructures, whether the market infrastructure that you find in the middle of the city in Kibuye, or it is energy infrastructure, or even roads within the city. Like now we have some roads being done in Bangani near the airport. You will find that these other infrastructure projects are actually being financed by donors. So yes, we do have, like we're giving examples, but I think the more important point to make is that if you consider the pressure that is on county governments in terms of subsistence existence, starting with the high cost of maintaining employees, and Kisumu County in particular is in a very unique position in that sense, because we are a county that inherited a provincial headquarters, and that has implications. Sometimes we raise these questions, and I'm saying this because I see the Auditor General here, the control of budget. When you raise questions, even about fiscal ratios, like 35% should not go to this and that. Fiscal ratios are good, but again, fiscal ratios that don't take care of the unique circumstances in counties are not very helpful. Because if you inherited a provincial headquarters with so many health workers, before Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was taken to the national government, it was difficult budgeting for this county because you started off with about 2 billion shillings in wages in health. And then finally, I think there was a very interesting question about whether there are too many counties. I mean, that's a debate, but I think comparative thinking will help us here. I don't know where that will lead you, but comparative thinking here would make you understand, for example, that Nigeria has 36 states with one federal state, Abuja. And the United States, again, has 50 states with one federal one in Washington, D.C. I leave it to you to decide whether 47 counties in Kenya makes sense. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. One more question. It's a very short one.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. I want to speak, my name is Dr. Janet Jeka. I want to speak from the perspective of a researcher, because many years back when devolution was coming in, with one of the stakeholders, the Transition Authority, we were looking at the costing of the government, the removed functions, which were health, foreign affairs, and there was also agriculture. So when I look at the today's reporting of how the counties are performing, it is today being based on, do you feel by InfoTrack and the other entities which do the research. So I was wondering, is there a way the counties themselves could probably look at the performance of the counties, not on the basis of the people's feelings? I know there are several bodies which are doing that, so that we have a very comprehensive report in terms of this county, They are able to provide maybe this particular service at this particular cost, and while we have varying cost of providing the very same service which are involved. So my question is there a way you, as the governor of Kisumu County and also the other governors, can come up together and have one consolidated way of costing the government functions with a possibility of coming up with the ways of to reduce the cost of service? Thank you.
Okay, the hands are going up. Any hands up? You can just take one more and close. Just one, and then close. There's a lady from Mandela County. She came the farthest.
Okay. Actually, mine is not a question, but a comment. I happened to take a walk yesterday in the evening on the road headed to the Kisumu city, and I can attest that Kisumu is very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We have a lady all the way from Mandela. I think she came from the farthest county. The last question.
Yes, that's true. I come from all the way from Mandela, and Kisumu is a nice place to be. Actually, this is my first time. Mine is not a question, but Professor, your Excellency, I want to applaud you in your leadership skills and your endless potential, both in your career and also your governance strategies. I would like to know, Your Excellency, what really drives you to excel? Because I want to be an example of you in the future. Thank you very much.
You can shoot the very last one. There was an echo. No, the same lady from Mandela County. Yeah. Towards the end, we could get you.
Okay, it's a personal question. I would like to know, Your Excellency, what drives you as an individual to excel in life?
What drives you as an individual to excel?
Let me try and answer that last question. It's really difficult. Very difficult. I'll put it this way. I think it was my upbringing and education, really. My mother was a peasant and a farmer. My father was a clergyman who traveled all over the place, giving people services in the church, but earning very little. Remember, when we went to church those days, it was customary to put 1 cent in the collection thing. And that's development. The more important thing, the question somebody asked earlier, development. How we allocate resources to development. That's much more important than saying, let us examine those system country. I think that direction will not help us much, thinking of ourselves as Kenyans and wanting to make sure that we will use our resources responsibly and productively and improve the lives of our people, standard of living of our people. Finally, implication of projects in counties. Yes, there's a risk. There's a risk, especially given the fact that we have a body called County Assembly, where we have MCAs who would like to please their wards, projects, and so on. And even if there's a big hospital in one ward, and then one ward next to it doesn't have a hospital, and people in that place don't have a hospital can easily go to that one. Pressurizing for them both to have a hospital, which both can use effectively without an extra one, and it's something that has been done very rationally, not simply for the sake of putting institutional infrastructure because of administrative That will be my answer. That's where you have a county assembly to debate these things very rationally, and a county government to see whether the decisions made would economically make sense and be possible for George to allocate funds for those entities to do what they do. Is that okay? If you're not okay, get another professor to answer the question.
Thank you, let's clap for His Excellency. The questions are more coming and they are many, but in the interest of time, kindly put them down, give them to the MC. The office of His Excellency will be able to address them, and you will get your answers. Let's have Faith Nafula from Kera Machakos come to the stage. Your Excellency, we have a small token for you. We want to make a declaration that is below the threshold. The controller of budget is here, and the auditor general is here. So it is below the threshold. Let me also, that's the youngest Gen Z. Let's clap for her in the house. The youngest Gen Z in the house. And let me request FCPA Dr. Margaret Nakamo, CDS, and FCPA Rose Maura, Rose Maura and FCPA Nancy Gadoko to join me at the stage. We will do a brief photo session outside. The space is already set, and we will have the board, the Public Finance Management Committee, and the former board members. That's our youngest Gen Z, Your Excellency. You can receive, then the Gen Z can step back and allow our FCPA Nancy Gadongo. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Your Excellency. Let them take a photo with the gift also. They can take a photo with the gift. Yes. Rose Maura, maybe you can hold so you take a picture. This one. It's the same one, and you get the very short. Then I will request Faith after that to step back so that you can have His Excellency. Yes, good. Faith, step back, kindly. Let's have FCPA Nancy Gadongo and FCPA Margaret Zentama and Rose Maura can come. Take a photo, Your Excellency. You can do a photo with them. Thank you so much. Then you'll be left with the hard rock and the stones. Rose Maura, thank you so much. Please, our great ladies at the stage. And thank you so much. We will be assembled. Protocol, you can help me with the photo session outside. Okay. The board, we shall do the photo session outside. Members, the PFM committee, and the former board members. Thank you. We have a session immediately after this with FCPA Nancy Gadoko. Please let's remain seated. Clap, clap, clap for clap, continue clapping. Thank you. Asante sana, Professor. Thank you. Thank you. You tell us what you do to be physically fit the way you are. Thank you. Thank you. So now we will go for the conversation of the class. Yes. Yes, and then after it's all of us, then after that we'll come back here. Go quickly so that you can be in front.
In fact, nataka